This is it. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You've tuned in to episode 5 of Hsbc Starstruck Season 2. I'm Gaelyn Mendonca, your host, and I'm so thrilled to take you through another exciting conversation. As usual, keeping me company here in the studio are my friends in the house band. Give us a shout out, boys. That's how it's done. I'm so glad to see all of you joining in from various parts of the world today, and I'm sure you are going to be glad that you haven't missed today's episode, because today we have with us a special kind of superstar. The boy next door from a small town, Dehradun, that made his way to the top of the Indian music scene all by himself. His music continues to steal the hearts of countless fans across the country, and his story never ceases to inspire. Today, he's here to talk to us about his journey, his musical career, and his fondest memories. And if we have time, I'm going to try and get him to give us the secret to his fabulous long hair. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Hsbc Starstruck, the one and only Jubin Nautiyal. There you go. Hi, Jubin. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for calling me. How are you doing?
Very, very well. Actually, ये सवाल मुझे आपसे पूछना चाहिए. How are you doing? I'm the host. I take control here. I'm just warning you right now. But honestly, it's so good to see you here in the studio. Clearly, we have had so many of your fans going completely crazy and ecstatic knowing that you're going to be joining us here today. My inbox is flooded with messages saying, oh my God, I can't believe Jubin's going to be on the show. So please tell him we love him. Please tell him we're huge fans. So I'm doing my job and I've told you all of this, right?
Thank you. Yes.
Once again, Jubin, thank you so much for joining us here. I'm sure today's episode is going to be super fun. And to be honest, just looking at you here, I'm very excited because I know what's going to be in store for all of us. Your great voice. Powerhouse talent, I must add. But before we get into the voice and the songs and all of that, what I really want to know is the story of this small town boy traveling to the big city and making it on his own. Take us back in time and tell us about your journey.
So, I was born in a family where I have like 2 elder sisters and I was the youngest. So the youngest brother in the family is the spoilt one. So I think if music wouldn't have touched me at such a young age and I wouldn't have pursued it as a career, my entire life would have turned out very different to what it is. मैं शायद एक बहुत ही अलग इंसान होता आज. Music saved me, and I think that is why I feel more confident as a musician today, because I kind of saw it through the entire journey. I started singing when I was 4 years of age.
Wow.
And it was, in the beginning, it is just fun. Actually, fun भी क्या, parents का वो होता है, पापा देखना चाहते हैं कि मेरा बेटा गाना गा रहा है. So चलो ठीक है, then we are like, let's start. So I was young, I started early. But it got serious in class 10th when I chose music as a subject in school.
Right.
फिर college में subject लिया. फिर रिश्ता जुड़ गया संगीत से, जिसे बोलते हैं. I was kind of just part of it, and then I tried many other things around it. I got into mixed martial arts, got a black belt there. I did many other things. I was into different kind of sports, athletics and stuff. But it is about that 1 hour you spend before you sleep with your darling, and that is what I think makes it. I think that was the most peaceful and the most important hour of my day.
Right.
And that truly made me happy. And I was like, let's go for it. Let's try it out. Yeah. My parents were supportive. They were very supportive. And they saw it through. They were like, इसको जो करना है करने देते हैं, and ज़्यादा interfere नहीं करना चाहिए था. और
And of course, you had the talent to back it up.
Yeah, but you know, when you are still learning, when you're just starting your journey, that time you don't really know how talented you are or how talented you will be. That time you're still living in that confusing state. Ki, yaar, is it a good career that you've chosen? Will it work out or not? And that's the same question that your parents also have for you. Ki, yaar, ऐसा ना हो कि बेचारा एक ही किसी चीज़ के पीछे लगा रहे हैं, वो चीज़ ना मिलने के कारण फिर इंसान को बाद में लगता है कि यार I failed in life or something. But
Right.
they were not like that. My parents were positive. They were like, ये कर ही लेगा, ये मुस्कुराता रहता है, कर ही लेगा कुछ ना कुछ.
That's true.
Worked out.
अभी
Yeah.
तक मुस्कुरा ही रहे हैं आप,
जी.
and for good reason.
Yes.
But Jubin, it's pretty evident that your hometown also holds a very big place in your
Yes.
life. I want to know how connected are you to your roots, and does your inspiration and this passion have any connect with the place that you've come from?
So Dehradun, I come from this beautiful town called Dehradun. Have you been there?
I haven't actually.
You have. You must.
But I will.
So it's such a beautiful place because it is like 40 minutes from a beautiful hill station called Mussoorie.
Yeah.
And again, 40 minutes from this beautiful devotional place called Rishikesh. Both places are great, and Dehradun is the small hobbit in between. The hobbit of Lord of the Rings, small town where everybody knows everybody.
Right.
So, and again, Dehradun has some of the most top schools of our country.
That's right.
Some really good schooling. Now it's developing a lot of colleges around it. So when there is that whole school culture in a town where like there are 7-8 top schools and they are competing with each other, there is already a crazy culture of art and sports brewing.
That's right.
Because there's so much inter-school competition, there's so much vibe around it. I think Dehradun gave me that culture. Dehradun taught me how to compete. It taught me that competition is not for artists, it's for horses. Competition is not for artists. Artists are supposed to learn from each other, get inspired from each other, and just grow together.
Right.
That's what collaborations are, and that's how they grow. I think that's what my hometown taught me. My hometown taught me how to respect my elders. It taught me how to respect my teachers very much. वो एक होता ना गुरु शिष्य परंपरा. मुझे लगता है संगीत या आर्ट रिलेटेड कोई भी ऐसी चीज़ हो उसमें वो अगर परंपरा आ जाए, गुरु शिष्य का वो एक रिलेशन आ जाए बीच में, तो मुझे लगता है that's when the real education begins. There's so much classical arts that are around our music which is fading away, and you need a teacher to take you through it and keep you interested in something that is so difficult in the beginning.
Right.
So yeah, I think Dehradun has been a very, very strong part of my roots. I think it's the reason why I still feel grounded, why I still feel like a small town boy. I might be big and famous today, but if I was not what I am, if I was not as big, I would still be probably sitting in a cafe in Dehradun and playing music like I still do. So yeah, I think that's what Dehradun gave me.
Amazing, amazing. I'm sure that your hometown has also had its influence on your work, as we've spoken in the past. We've seen some glimpses of the landscape in some of your music videos, and even on your social media. Actually, we keep seeing that. Like Rabba Maine Chand Vekhya, I think that has a lot of this beautiful landscape that we have witnessed from the place that you come from. You know, it's so stunning. It's just simply stunning.
Yeah.
Do you, on purpose, like to feature this beautiful part of the country that we have, or it's just a happy coincidence?
So, you know, I think that an artist's journey is not only about his art. It's more about his journey and how that journey is inspiring the art. I want my fans to see where my music comes from, and that's why those mountains you see on my social media, that's why the mountains you see in my music videos.
Right.
I love mountain. I'm the mountain boy. I'm the
सीधे पहाड़ से.
सीधा पहाड़ से, like right there. और पहले मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगता था, इतना ज़्यादा इमोशन नहीं था, बट जब बम्बई शिफ्ट हुआ और जब मुझे याद आने लगी घर की, तब मुझे लगा यार I miss my mountains more. I lived here for 8 years when I shifted here in 2012, and 8 साल के बाद भी मैं यही बोलूँगा कि बम्बई एक कर्म भूमि रही मेरे लिए.
Right.
और I could not call it home like that. I was still in that workspace where I'm working here, I'm meeting people, and I'm all focused on how to get my music out there. But वो जो एक नींद आपको आती है, जो शायद 1 घंटे की नींद भी आपको एक जन्म की नींद का एहसास दिलाती है, वो आपको घर पे आती है अपने.
Wow.
So I miss that, yeah.
I guess the question, are you a mountain person or a beach person, is completely out here. We're not going to ask him that question. But I think it's about time Jubin takes a break from all the talking and we get to hear him sing. Right? I can see everybody in and around the studio saying, Yes, absolutely. So let's hear a little bit of Rabba Maine Chand Vekhya from the man himself. Jubin, are you ready for the very first? And trust me, it's not the only one. We have many, many amazing performances that are lined up for you. So this is just the first.
Okay.
Rabba Maine Chand Vekhya.
रब्बा मैंने चांद वेख्या रब्बा मैंने चांद वेख्या ईदी मुझे दिला दो जी मेरी ईदी मुझे दिला दो जी छत पर आके लौट गया जो छत पर आके लौट गया जो वापस उसे बुला दो जी मेरी ईदी मुझे दिला 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 दो जी
Wow. Wow.
Wow, thank you.
That was just beautiful. Thank you so much. And to know that this is just the beginning, guys, all I can say is that there's so much more in store. But for now, I think this is a good time to hear from our audiences. First up, we have a message from one of your fans. It's a video message. So let's take a look.
Video message.
Hey Zubin, good evening. This is Nikhil from Core Banking Department. Me and my fiancée Anu are very big fan of yours, and we'll be dancing in Rata Lambya in our Sangeet ceremony. So the question from us is that how do you feel that millions of people are loving this song? Also, we would like to know that can you share some special moments that you experienced while singing this song? Thank you.
So let me tell you my most special experience with this song, and that just happened 10 seconds back. You are getting married and you guys are dancing on this song. That's really, really amazing. I'm touched. It means a lot to me. And Rata Lambya was a song that I dubbed in 2018. उस वक्त पता नहीं था कि इतना हिट हो जाएगा. You guys will love it so much. पर हाँ, जब रिलीज हुआ, I felt the love. I felt that it is reaching out to you guys and how much you guys are loving it. फिर एक बीच में स्टिग्मा भी हो गया था कि जुबिन नौटियाल सैड सॉन्ग बहुत गाता है. I had to break that as well. So I was like कि चलो ठीक है, we'll do a song like Rata Lambya, and you guys loved it. So thank you so much. And really, you and your fiancé, lots of love, congratulations, best of luck, and many more music for you.
Awesome, awesome. I hope that answered your question. We have another question that's come in from the webcast platform. This question comes in from Raman, and he wants to know, hi Jubin, what's your take on the indie music industry since it's constantly changing?
So hi Raman, indie music industry has उसके ना जो मतलब है बहुत बार बदल चुके हैं. Independent music was basically just by independent artists who were not working with music labels. There was no genre. There was no genre around it. There was no language around it. No caste, race, religion around independent music. Independent music has changed, and I feel very lucky that this new age we are stepping in is really, really gonna see some crazy independent music happening. We are already in a place where film music is hardly working and independent songs are going from places to places. And I think our country is in for a big treat. And some of the songs that I am coming up with next are really gonna make you laugh, make you gonna cry. They're gonna live with you for a very long time, and you are gonna make memories on those songs, and you can say thank you later.
And maybe you can have a new song to perform to at your Sangeet.
Yeah, maybe, very soon.
Very interesting questions. Guys, keep them coming. We definitely have some more time to throw them at Jubin later. Also, a quick reminder to those Superfan contest entries in before it closes. Make sure you head over to the HSBC India Instagram handle now. Get back into the conversation. Right now, it's time for us to speak to Jubin. It is not just, I want to say, your larger-than-life personality,
Thank you.
but it's also the story of your journey, the journey of a conqueror, if I may say so. Someone who never backs down. We've read so much about your travels and about your study of different kinds of instruments and music. If you were to get back to the core of it all, what fuels this fire?
As I said, you know, it is about that 1 hour that I spend with my guitar before I sleep. It is all about that.
Do you do it even now?
Yes, every day of my life.
Every single day?
Every single day of my life. I can't sleep if I don't do that. It has become more like a way of life for me. And I think that 1 hour is what fuels me for the next day. And that 1 hour is my most private time. It is just me, myself, with myself, and with my music, with my soul, I would say. And that is a very, very big reason why I feel so connected to music, and why I still have courage to say no to very big songs. I know that sometimes some songs are really big, are gonna do really well,
Right.
will be promoted, big actors and everything, but I still say no because it did not connect to me.
Right.
I'm able to know that if a song connects to me or not because of that 1 hour that I spend
Every day.
every day before I sleep with my guitar. Sometimes, you know, I'm not even singing. Sometimes I'm just sitting with it.
Oh.
It is just like that, you know, it's just that moment where I just
It's
want
like a different kind and a different form of meditation.
Yeah,
Almost.
absolutely.
It's meditative.
You put it in a very, very good way. It is meditative. It's a form of. I sing in studios. I sing on stages. I sing in all kind of places. I sing जब मेरे घर पे parents के friends आते हैं तो मैं वहाँ भी खड़े होके गाता हूँ. But वो जो 1 घंटा है जिसमें मैं बैठ करके गाता हूँ अपने साथ, I think I sound the best then, and I am just still figuring out how to make my audience listen to that.
Amazing, amazing. Trust me, whatever we've heard so far from you has obviously been beyond magnificent and beyond amazing. But if you're saying that 1 hour before you go to bed is the best of the best, we will patiently wait.
It is.
We will patiently wait. Interestingly, you've also had the opportunity to be a part of a Hollywood film project.
Yeah.
Now, his songs soundtracked the film. The name of the film is Initiation. Is that
Initiation,
right?
yes.
And while we are very, very clear on the fact that you've dominated this industry, how was it exploring the global market? That's a whole different turf.
So, I have always been exposed to a lot of music. I was not only restricted to the music that we were making in India or Asia.
Right.
I definitely had 4 strong pillars from India. I had Rafi Saab, I had Kishore Da, I had Nusrat Saab, I had Lata Tai.
Right.
As the 4 important pillars, I learned a lot from these 4 names, their career, their life. But apart from that, I have been listening to all kind of global music. I love John Mayer. I love Damien Rice.
Wow.
I listen to almost everything, you know, almost everything. I somehow have developed taste to listen to anything. I can listen to Oprah also and just have fun, just listening to. I might not understand anything what's happening, but still I would listen to it and enjoy it.
Right.
I've learned how to enjoy music, and I think that's what took me to a place where I'm doing an English song. And I love surprising my audience, you know. Whenever they typecast me to something, whenever they say that nahi ye sirf yahi karta hai, that's when I want to do something.
Here's a challenge.
Something else, you know. They used to say that Jubin is only singing slow songs. Then I would sing songs like Hamma and Aklar Jave and, you know, Lut Gaye and all these songs.
Right.
It's going to make them dance. They would say I'm singing sad songs, and I'm going to sing Rata Lambya, and I'm going to sing Meherbanis, and I'm going to sing Ek Mulaqat, the most romantic songs that you've probably heard. And that's how I found myself in a film called Initiation. We did a song called Breaking the Rules there. So all my brothers were almost attached to this project. all my brothers, my manager, Mr. Rocky Khanna.
Right.
He's written, my brother-in-law, Shiv Malhotra, he's written the English version of it. I composed the song. Shivam Malhotra, who's the producer of the film. So it was like a home production, you know. Like literally it was like a home production. So this was the first project we did in the lockdown. Lockdown was hard on everybody. पहले 3-4 दिन तो समझ ही नहीं आया करना क्या है. I just from a schedule to doing like 23 gigs in 29 days.
Right.
Reaching back home and have nothing to do at all. 2-3 दिन rest करा, but कितना rest करे इंसान. So yeah, then we started working on this project, and
that's how this came about.
This came about.
That's
yeah.
wonderful.
Lockdown.
Well, it's time we hear Jubin burst out into another song again. Let's hear a piece from the soundtrack itself. Yeah. Let's hear Aatishbazi first.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that.
So I can do something. So it's the same song with different lyrics.
Right.
So I'll start with the Hindi and maybe I'll go into English.
That
right?
works perfectly well for us.
Yeah. So this was a horror song, not a horror. It was a thriller film about a psycho killer. So that's why the song was designed like this.
And you're saying it with the biggest smile on your face. It's about a psycho killer.
Sorry.
मुझको ना खबर थी इस तरह तेरी यादें यूं तड़पाएंगी मुझको सताएं जो यादें वो तेरे हिस्से भी तो आएंगी बेचैनियों में क्यों लम्हा सजा है कि दिल नहीं संभल ये सीने के अंदर है कैसा समंदर क्यों मुझको डुबाए वो यादें तेरी जो तू रूबरू है तो मिलता सुकून है ये आतिशबाजी है तेरी मेरी Making my moves now, I'm breaking the rules now, and down with my demons I go. It's been many a moon now since I howled at you loud. Now look down and witness the show.
Thank you. Was it a Hindi song or was it an English song? What do you think of?
It was just amazing. Let's
Thank
just
you.
put it like that. It was totally amazing. And I think you can figure that out from the smile on my face from year to year.
Yeah.
Just wonderful. Look at the house band. I mean, the house band, the guys are
You guys
like...
having fun? Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly,
Me too.
I'm sure everyone in the studio is having a great time, and the people who are watching us right now are also having a great time, all thanks to you, Jubin. Well, clearly, as I mentioned earlier, you're dominating the current music space here in India. You've killed it with the track for Initiation. Would it be safe to say that you're now going to take on the global stage and dominate that too?
I mean, why not? I mean, why
What's
not?
stopping you?
So I wanted to do a lot of English music recently. I have planned a few things, but Hindi गाने जाने लग गए billboards में मेरे. So I was like,
थोड़ा
थोड़ा
रुक के.
enjoy कर लेता हूँ हिंदी. We did Lut Gaye, that was across billboard for 2 weeks, I think. Then Rata Lambia is right now still climbing billboards. So yeah, I think it's time for me to take the Indian music. It's time for me to take the language out there and
Right.
yeah. So
Represent. I really
Represent
like that.
that, yeah.
That's really amazing. Well, Jubin, we've obviously made you sing, and we've loved that.
I'm
We've
not
spoken
dancing.
to you.
I'm not doing the
No,
dancing.
are you sure? Because I had actually planned a whole breakdance routine right now.
No,
but that's
no, I look really bad when I do that.
No, but we are going to take a fun turn to this conversation with a little game that I have planned. Okay, it's super fun. As I'd mentioned earlier, right up top, that there are so many people who follow you. You have so many fans, not just in India, but across the world. And there's a lot of news about you on the internet, right?
Good news.
Good news, true news, false news, we really don't know. Let's just call it the things the internet says about Jubin Nautiyal. Now, it's very simple. I'm going to throw some lines at you.
I'm nervous.
Yes, you should be.
Yeah.
Let's just say you should be. Lines that we've read about you on the internet. All you got to do is tell us if these lines are true or they're false. If they're true, tell us the story behind it. And if they're false, also tell us why did we find this on the internet? I
Okay,
mean,
cool.
what's going on? All right?
Sounds fun.
Fun? Not afraid?
Depends on the question.
Depends on the question.
Okay.
All right, let's get started. The first thing that we found about you on the internet is that Jubin can play 8 musical instruments. True or false?
It is true, but I would not say that I have mastered 8 instruments, but I can play 8 instruments. I think it's more like a language.
Right.
You know, if you learn 3 languages, then the 4th one becomes easy to learn.
Really?
It is,
Because,
yeah.
I mean, I only know about 3 and it's just like you learn 3 languages and the 4th and 5th and 6th and 7th. And 8th one comes super easy to you. Humility, my friends. But seriously, 8 musical instruments. Can you name them for us? I mean, what
Yeah,
all
so
do you?
I play guitar, I play keys, I play. So playing keys was different in the beginning. I started learning harmonium around it. I was
Okay.
into percussion, drums. Recently, I picked up flute, which I'm still kind of getting into.
Right.
Then I know how to play tabla. I know how to play. So there is this string called it's a ukulele. No, everybody. But when I
right.
started playing ukulele, nobody knew what ukulele was.
Right.
It's a 4-string small guitar. I can play that, and yeah, I think those are 8, right? Did you count?
Pretty much. I think about 6 to 7, I guess. And right now, everyone in the house band is like, I'm not giving my instrument away. This is mine. You can play yours at home. Amazing. All right. This is something you already cleared up a little earlier in the conversation. But one thing that the internet says is that Jubin is a black belt in martial arts. And he's a national level shooter and a district level athlete in shot put and discus throw. Now, if this is true,
Yeah, it is.
if this is true,
It is.
it is?
Yes, it is.
What's going on? मतलब भगवान ने सारे टैलेंट्स लिए और फिर आपको दे दिए.
ऐसा नहीं है. मैं सी ऑनेस्टली जब हम लोग एक बोर्डिंग स्कूल स्ट्रक्चर में देहरादून जैसे शहर में पढ़ते हैं तो मुझे लगता है बहुत सारी चीज़ों से आपको एक्सपोजर स्कूल टाइम ही मिल जाता है. You get to play districts and nationals from school. So I was the shooting captain of my school, Vellum Boys. And I did air rifle shooting when I was in class 11th, and we did nationals that time. Just around that time, I was pretty good at discus and shot put. So we did athletics. We went for districts. I did not know that I will be able to get something there. I just went, Chal, I'm a big guy. I can throw things around. So I thought I'll throw the discus or something. Probably the shot put. That worked out well. Mixed martial art got into my life when I was, I think, 16 years of age.
Right.
And then I trained for good 7 years, 7, 8 years.
And you have a black belt too.
I got a black belt. I got into a very authentic Japanese form of martial art called Okinawa martial art, which is to do a lot with Gujuryu, which is close combat. And you know, it was not really for मार धाड़. जैसे अभी आपने बोला black belt, सब हमारे audience सोच रहे हैं कि ये तो मार पिटाई करता है. Yeah, but it's not like that. It's more like a art form where it is more like a way of disciplining yourself to achieve greatness, and it becomes from your own body. If you discipline your body into something, then you see how your body reacts to it.
Right.
And how discipline can change your life. And I think to be able to do music so religiously, I think that black belt was very important for me. And yeah.
So
worked well.
just so that we're clear, 8 musical instruments, athlete in short put, discus throw, black belt in karate, and this is just the second question so far.
Okay.
Just putting it out there.
Okay.
All
So
right.
अभी तक अच्छी चीजें लिखी
अभी
हैं
तो
मेरे
सब
बारे में,
अच्छी
चलिए.
चीजें हैं. The next assumption or the next thing that we found about you on the internet was that Jubin was a naughty boy in school, which is why he changed schools so often. Is it true or is that false?
I don't know what to say, man.
Is that true or not?
I never felt I was naughty. It's just that people around me used to call me naughty.
What is the definition of naughty anyway?
Exactly, that's what I want to know. I mean, why would they call me naughty? I was rebellious in nature for sure, but naughty भी शायद था मैं थोड़ा.
अच्छा, तो ये भी true है.
हाँ, वो स्कूल बहुत बदले, definitely. और हाँ, कुछ schools, हाँ यार, I think it's true.
It's true, guys.
If I come to think of it, it's true. Yeah, I changed a lot of schools because I was a rascal.
All right, the next assumption that's out there in the internet about you is that during your school days, you set fire to the new school uniforms because you were emotionally attached to the old school uniforms. Is this true or is this
I
false?
just told you I was rebellious.
Did you set fire?
I'm not proud of this, you know. I'm not proud of this.
I thought this is just one of the bizarre things you read on the internet, but turns out it's true.
So when we were in Welham Boys, we used to love. We used to wait to wear the 12th uniform. You know, 12th used to have this special blazer,
Right.
special trousers, and as a 14-year-old, 15-year-old, we used to like wonder, yeah, when will we get in 12th and we'll get to wear that 12th blazer. Now these buggers, they changed the uniform the moment we entered 12th. So we were not getting to wear it, and we really tried hard to kind of convince the authorities, but they were not willing to listen to it. Now we were rebellious and stupid. We pulled out like 400-500 pairs of uniform and we kind of put it to fire. And we went and slept back. Next morning there was a havoc around it. Later on we realized there were 11 gas cylinders lying very close to that, which we didn't know about, which could have probably blown us up
my
in the
God.
hostel itself. And yeah, we were suspended from school. We apologized. I still feel very bad about it.
I guess that's when you shifted to the next school.
No, that's when I decided that I should do music.
All right. That was an absolutely crazy story. I don't know how many of you knew the actual story behind it, but turns out he didn't just set a particular uniform on fire. He set about
The whole school.
a whole school's worth of uniforms
Because
on
we used
fire.
to have founders, and founders used to have all the girls' school visiting our school, and we did not want to be seen in a new uniform like new Welham Boys. We never liked that uniform, and just
All right.
it's just something stupid we did, and we'll never
Don't
talk
try
about
that at home or at your school for sure.
Yeah.
Another thing that we found about you on the internet is that Jubin doesn't like to visit the salon to cut his hair because he likes to cut his own hair himself. Is that true or is that
Wow,
false?
man, you guys have got everything I don't want to talk about. So I don't know what got into my head. I stopped going to the salon and I started cutting my own hair. लंबे बाल थे, but काफी समय जब स्कूल में लंबे बाल थे, तब से लंबे ही हैं बाल. So अब मैं सोचता था कि वहाँ पे जाकर के आधा घंटा बैठ के थोड़ा सा यहाँ से काटेगा, थोड़ा सा यहाँ से काटेगा. Why can't we just pony it up and just cut it from here? छोटे हो गए बाल ना.
Is that how you cut your hair even now?
Yes. So we kind of get it all together, pony it up like that, see how much I want to cover, and just...
Listen, I have too many shows to go to. I have too many songs to record. I have no time for the salon. This is the easiest way to do this. So it's true.
It is, yeah.
It is true. Okay. All right. The next thing that we found about you on the internet is that reading is one of your favorite hobbies.
Wrong.
Wrong? All right. Finally, we've got something that's not a true statement.
Not recent. Recently, I have not read anything. I used to read a lot, and now I want to. But this gap in between has been because of which I'll say it's false. I've not read anything recently.
All right. This next statement that we found on the internet is very, very exciting. It says that Jubin Nautiyal is now being highly sought after for acting roles in Bollywood. Is that true?
Yeah, people want me to. I think there are many people who shoot with me. They think that I can act, but they don't know that if I'm going to put a dialogue out there, it's not going to sound as good and look as good. You know, I can act for the camera just for my music
Right.
around it. It's easy to do that, but putting a dialogue out there, it is a difficult job. And a film is not about music; it's about the dialogues around the film. So, I was asked by some really, really prominent names to consider it, but I don't think I think I left so much behind to do music. I would not want to change that. Like
Right.
when I'm finally getting to do what I want.
Amazing. So that too is true. And with that, we've covered pretty much all the things that we've heard about you or read about you on the internet. Well done. Actually, well done on all the right answers by the people who've put that out on the internet.
Well done to you.
For digging it out,
For
right?
digging it out,
Our
man.
research is really solid. Speaking of our research, recently, one of the cutest videos has surfaced on the internet. KBC, which is Kaun Banega Crorepati winner, Himani Bundela. She's a young teacher from Agra. She had her dream come true by you. Not only was she surprised by an anonymous phone call from her favorite music artist, Jubin, but you also surprised her at her house by pretending to be a journalist.
Yeah.
That is super, super sweet. Of course, we hear about, the wonderful things that your idols do for you, especially for their fans, the people who they love so much. But how did this feel when you did this for her? And, this experience from your point of view, how was it?
I was nervous. I was very, very nervous because I knew that she really admires my music and she really admires me, and she probably doesn't even know what I look like, but she can vibe with me at
Right.
a very, very, very deeper level. And I could feel that when I spoke to her on the set of KBC, and she said that she wants to meet me. It's the least I can do, can just kind of surprise her. So I got my team and got my music labels team to work together so that we can go and it was such a coincidence that just around that time, like I came back from Leh, I had shot a music video which is called Khushi Jab Bhi Teri, which is about a blind girl.
Right.
So I fall in love, like it's a bachpan ka pyar of me and a blind girl and how I save money throughout. We are growing up so that one day I can get her eyes treated.
Right.
That music video was just, I shot it and I came back, and then this entire chapter happened. And I got a message from her on Instagram and she's like, I want to meet you and thank you for calling me on KBC. I got so lucky after your call and all that. I was like, you're an intelligent girl. So I went as a journalist and I just started talking to her. All she was doing is talking about me only to me. I tried to talk to her about KBC. I tried to talk to her, I wanted to be like a genuine, like a good journalist, a good interview who's asking like genuine questions, not asking about Jubin Nautiyal, why do you like Jubin Nautiyal? No, I was asking about KBC. She's like, the best part was KBC, that I got to talk to my favorite singer. And she's like that he's recently released this song called Khushi. And it is about a blind girl and I love it. She was so excited about it, so she started singing. So then I said, मुझे भी आता है थोड़ा सा गाना, ये गाना. So I started singing, and the moment I started saying the first word, she recognized it's me, and it was very, very special moment for me. I think it's moment like these that we artists like me work for.
Right. Absolutely. What a wonderful moment we have. As I've mentioned, seen that video surface on the internet. Truly heartwarming.
It was.
Truly amazing. And I'm very sure when you say that, it truly makes your journey worthwhile and it makes it all the more special. All right, Jubin, we've hit a part of the show that we call Money Matters. Now, here we get to know your superstar take on financial planning. All right? We have an expert from HSBC who is going to join us live on this call to throw these questions at Jubin.
Wow.
So please welcome Ms. Archana Chadha, Head of Human Resources, HSBC India. There you go.
Thanks a lot. And hi, Jubin. It's a pleasure to meet you. Indeed, a star-struck moment for me.
Thank you.
And thank you for sharing your wonderful stories and music with us. I'm now going to ask you a few questions to get your superstar take on money management. So are you ready? Let's go.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I hardly made it through my accounts class. So you can guess how bad I was at financial matters.
So brace up now for your first one. It's not going to be tough at all.
Okay.
So, how has your journey as a self made superstar taught you the value of money?
So I was a blessed child. I had parents who were doing well for themselves. You know, for to send somebody to Bombay to chase your dream, it's not a very cheap dream. Bombay is an expensive place. So my parents were uh, always believed in the thought that I can probably do music here, and they were very supportive in that. So for me, I think बचपन से ही parents ने दिमाग में ना डाल दिया था कि पैसे के बारे में सोचना ही नहीं. Probably that's why I still feel that I'm so poor, because I still end up just kind of doing music. So much music I do for free, just like that, because I never ran after the whole thought that I have to make money out of this. It was a passionate hobby, and it is still that. मतलब आज भी जो मेरे managers हैं सब बोलते हैं अरे बाबा जी आप पैसे तो कमाओ, आप पैसे कमाते नहीं हो. It's your time to make money also. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna talk to you about how to make more money. I think that's more important for me right now.
Surely HSBC is there to help you for that. Anyways, on that note, the next one, do you believe in living in the current moment or planning for the future?
That's a very momentary thing sometimes. Look, so when I'm doing music, I'm always thinking of being in the moment, and I'm doing music most of the. So I probably am living just here in this moment, and yeah, I should do some future planning. Wow, man, I feel like I'm talking to my elder sister, and she's asking me some really, really important questions.
Some tough questions coming your way.
Tough ones.
You need to make a call to HSBC soon, is all
Yeah,
I can say. Okay, and here's the last one. You know, you've been speaking about your journey and about how simplicity touches you, but God has also been very kind to you and blessed you. So, you know, once a wise man said, with great financial power comes great responsibility. Would you agree? And do you believe it's important for the financially powerful or blessed to play an important role in the lives of communities and people around them?
Absolutely. I think with great power comes great responsibility, and money is something which is probably the most powerful thing in the world today. It makes and breaks mountains. It moves everything that you can think of. And hence, you know, I kind of, so all my money is dealt with. So, you know who I gave all my money to and control to my money? I gave it to my mom. She is so good at saving. She can save money whenever and however. And it is such a difficult job for a person like me to save money, because I always end up spending more than what I have. And then I have to borrow money, and then I would spend that more, and then I have to borrow more. So I think my mom was like, I think I should take care of all the money matters that you have, and that has sorted it out for me. So it is still nicer. I think I'll have to get a meeting between HSBC and my mom so that you guys can work and multiply my money. What do you say about that?
Oh, cheers to that. And thank you so much, Jubin. You can wait for a call. It's coming your way.
Thank you.
Had great fun and very interesting to know your take on money matters. Have a great evening, everyone. And over to you, Gaelyn.
Thank you so much, Archana. This was amazing. I mean, she really put you on the hot seat.
Oh, pasine aa gaye mere.
But it's great to know your superstar's take on financial planning and money matters. But with that, it's also time for us to move on to another very, very interesting and a very important subject. Now, we've heard and we've read a lot about how you've been a pillar of support to your community back home in their time of need. Can you tell us a little more about the personal experience with the work that you've done and how that work has impacted your life?
So I come from this place called Uttarakhand, Dehradun. Dehradun is my home. I've done my education from there, but my forefathers come from this really, really cute, cool place called Jaunsar Babar.
Okay.
It is in the interiors of inner Garhwal Himalayas of Uttarakhand, a very tribal place. So I'm like a tribal from there. So, you know, Uttarakhand was a state which was formed in 2000s. So it has people, I don't know why, but people still call it a new state. It's been like, what, 20 odd years, but still
Right.
they call it a new state. I don't know why. But yeah, there's not been too much development in the area that I'm talking about.
Right.
And so what happens is out here, it's simple people, a lot of farmers. COVID happened. These are all daily wage people. The whole community is working on daily wages. So just before COVID, I was working on this subject called migration.
Right.
So all the people from our villages were migrating down to cities, and villages were going empty, which was another problem. Then COVID happened. Suddenly there's this huge reverse migration. Everybody is going back home to the villages. But they have nothing to go back to. You need a person who's doing his earnings and living from a daily wage setup. You kind of make that much money that you spend the day, so they have nothing to go back to. So at that point of time, everybody was in a very stressful situation. In the first wave in my region, COVID was not the problem. Employment was, food was, stay was, living conditions was. It was intense winters that time, like very heavy winters. So I made some really good friends. Anant Ambani is a friend of mine.
Right.
They have this huge foundation called Reliance Foundation. They do some genuine work. So I got in touch with him and I said that, how can you guys help us? So they were like, what do you need? I said, we need food. And this is a dialogue from a boarding school, you know, because boarders, if you ask what do you need, they'll be like, we need food.
We need food.
So I was like, we need food, man. So he's like, how much food do you need? I said, 6,000 families we need at least. So their foundation was kind enough to help us out, me and my dad. It took us 3 months to reach out to all the interior places and kind of get the food supplies. So now the good thing, tragedy is over, but the good thing is that all the people who had migrated back to the villages, they got a couple of months of ration to kind of restart things. They had food, now they can think of building it out there. So a lot of people are back to their villages and we are building a stronger community now.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's
amazing. Yes.
Well, having a sense of responsibility towards community is something even HSBC holds very close to its heart. They have actively supported several initiatives to help those who needed it the most. HSBC has committed 125 crores since the start of the pandemic. With its 70 non-profit partners. They have reached out to over 1 million frontline workers and people from marginalized communities. The support includes providing medical equipment and supplies for COVID-19 care centers, oxygen supplies, vaccination, hygiene kits, livelihood support and essential food supplies. As part of their support, HSBC has contributed 15 crore rupees for supporting Dabbawalas with United Way of Mumbai to aid the loss of income and livelihood, covering food security, life insurance, education support for their families and livelihood support by giving them new bicycles. Jubin, we've also heard about your love for the Himalayas and how you have been a strong advocate for climate change. What motivated you to do something like this and support a cause like climate change?
Climate change is something. So I saw this video which really got to me. It's a video where Julia Roberts has given her voice. She's doing a voiceover and she's talking to us like she's Mother Nature.
Right.
Whoa, man, I've seen that video so many times and it got to me every time I saw it. And that's when this whole thought of the issue of global warming and all this climate change got to me. I was a geography student, not a good one, but some things I remembered from class. And I said, okay, if I'm in a position where I say something and people listen to, then why not say the right things for a change? Because people end up saying what they want to listen, the Janta want to listen to, but nobody says that Janta doesn't want to listen to. So I took it up and I said, I'm going to say things. Now, I'm somebody who's been brought up in the mountains. I've almost hiked the entire inner Garhwal Himalayan range. I've done Har Ki Doon, I've done Dodi Tal, I've done Nag Tibba, I've done Kheer Ganga, and I've done all treks and hikes that you can think of in that region. And trust me, the moment you go out of network is when you find the real network, you know.
You really find the connection
there. Yeah. You kind of, you get to see so much and you realize that I am such a different person and I'm thinking so differently. I learned that जब एक इंसान दूर तक देख सकता है तो एक इंसान दूर तक सोच सकता है. अगर मैं बम्बई रह रहा हूँ 7 साल तो मैं दूर तक देख ही नहीं पाता. मेरे सामने या तो गाड़ी खड़ी है, कोई फ्लैट है या बिल्डिंग है या कुछ, सब कुछ है ही. हर वक्त 10 फुट आगे कुछ ना कुछ है मेरे. एंड that's when I realized that this is what we have to stand for, and Mother Nature became the mother of all, and I started talking about it at whatever level I can. I keep doing, man, it's just one of the things, but we keep doing something. Sometimes we would go for snow leopards and stuff. That's also a change that we are facing when something is going extinct, something so beautiful.
That's right.
So
I think you're committing yourself to all the right causes. And even HSBC is committed to climate change. HSBC recognizes that our planet urgently needs drastic and lasting action to protect our communities, businesses, and natural environment from the damaging effects of climate change. They have committed to transition to a global net zero economy, not just by playing our part, but by helping to lead it. They are doing this across the bank, in operations and supply chain, and by supporting their customers in their own transitions. We're all dreaming of a brighter, happier tomorrow, and we're glad that corporations and individuals are doing whatever they can to make it happen. All right? It's all about good collaborations, I feel. All
good
right.
vibes.
Vibes and great collaborations. Speaking of collaborations, Jubin, back to our conversation. Now, through your journey, you've had the opportunity to work with some really, really amazing talents from across your industry. I mean, musicians, composers, singers, you name it, and you've collaborated with them. Could you tell us about one of your most cherished collaborations of all time?
So that collaboration is yet to
Happen.
release.
Release. It's happened.
It has happened, and trust me, it happened last to like probably 36 hours back.
Wow.
Literally 36 hours back.
Wow.
I was so there's a very dear friend and a very famous artist from our countries. His name is Badsha. And so me and Badsha did a tribal song for MTV Unplugged called O Sati, which was from my Jaunsar region, which I was talking about. So when we were working on that, then we did Humma song also together. But then there was this one song we both got stuck to. He introduced me to that song, but I already knew it from my hometown.
Right.
But he introduced me to a version, a beautiful version of the song, and it inspired both of us. But at that point in time, we did not decide that we'll do it together. But recently, things fall in place, and then the music label wants us to work together. And I think both of us were thinking, what song? And then suddenly this song which we met over came to us. It's a tribal song.
Wonderful.
And we met recently, again in the mountains. He was there for a show. We had a good 4-hour session, and I think that's going to be the most special collaboration for me in
Wow.
Bollywood.
I mean, Jubin Nautiyal and Badsha. I don't know what else to say after that, because honestly, this is the collaboration that I guess we all were missing, and we're now going to see hopefully very, very soon. How about we hear one of these great collabs this evening? I'm sure you have so many wonderful collabs with so many wonderful
Artists,
composers and singers. I believe one of them is Shashwat Sachdev.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah?
What a talented boy.
Yes. So very excited to hear maybe one of your songs with him.
I will try to sing one of the songs we did together. It's called Meri Jaan.
Meri Jaan.
This song is written by a very, very, very cool writer. His name is Raj Shekhar. And Shashwat and me, we have a connection from somewhere else, some other time it feels like. And whenever we work together, it's always been magical.
Wow.
तू मिला तो चुप है जुबां, तू मिला तो चुप है जुबां, कहूँ मैं क्या मांगने को क्या रह गया, तू मिला तो चुप है जुबां, जब तक तो मिला था मिला फासला है वजह अब मेरी हाँ मेरी जान जानिया मेरी जान मेरी जान मेरी जान जानिया मेरी जान मेरी जान जानिया मेरी जान मेरी जान मेरी जान जानिया मेरी जान
Once again, folks, Jubin Nautiyal taking our breath away with his voice. Fabulous, fabulous. So much talent, I have to say. I'm sure your parents are super proud of you, and we're so happy and we're so blessed that we're in a studio here with you and listening to you live. I'm sure everyone out there is as excited too, but a little extra. I don't know. I'm a little.
Give me a fist.
I have a little prep in my step because I'm like, I can't believe I'm listening to this live. This is wonderful. Coming back to one of the conversations and one of the questions actually that has come in from our webcast platform. This is coming from Deepshika. She wants to ask you, it's a heavy question, brace yourself. What's your biggest regret in life and what did you learn from it and how did you deal with it? Heavy.
Very, it just gets heavier and heavier. I'm waiting for it to go lighter. Okay. My biggest regret. It's too soon to think of it like that, but I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. I've regretted too much. I've done some blunders in my life, but I don't regret them because it worked out by the end of the day.
How about those 400 uniforms you set on fire?
I'm not proud of it, but that taught me
You don't
too.
regret it?
I don't.
Got you.
So I'm not proud of it, but I don't regret it either. It was just part of growing up, and I would not have it any other way. And
Right.
I mean, it is just part of my journey. If I accept my journey, only then I will be able to sing about it. Only then I will be able to write about it. And I think you gain a true fan not by the song. You gain it by the journey that you have around the song. And
Right.
yeah.
So, no regrets?
No regrets, only blunders.
Only that you own up to. That's
Yes,
it.
I own up to that.
Okay, fair enough. I think that's a good answer. Deepshika, I hope that takes care of the question that you have. For now, all the heavy stuff that we've been talking about, we can put that aside for a moment. Because this right here is time for the favorite part of the show. It's my favorite segment. It's called the Then and Now segment. Now, in this segment, as you all know, we flash a few pictures onto our screen, images that tell stories about different parts of our guest's life. Now, what we're going to do is that we're going to take a look at these images one at a time, and we're going to get to know a little bit about what was happening in that picture and the story behind that picture.
Oh my God, did you find this on internet?
Or maybe some other places. हमारी खुफिया sources हर जगह हैं. हमने अपने जासूसों को हर जगह भेज दिया है. All right, so let's take a look at the very first image. That's the first image. Jubin, you'd like to tell us the story behind the image?
So this must be Janmashtami, when this picture was taken. So you know, when you live in a family with two elder sisters who are elder to you but not old enough, they will always make you the third sister. It is just story of every who's the younger boy's life. So they would paint me with makeup and I would be their third sister.
So cute.
So that kind of led to a place where I said, you guys are not going to do that. Now you guys can only paint me on special days. So they got Janmashtami.
So it was like a negotiation, a deal.
Yeah, it had to be, because then those pictures later on are shown to everybody in the family and my people stopped respecting me because of that stuff.
Lovely. Okay.
So this was Janmashtami. My sisters just painted me as Krishna and...
They've done a great job, I have to admit.
Yes.
All right. Let's take a look at the next image.
Yeah, wow.
क्या बात है? इसके बारे में बताइए हमें.
So I love dogs and snakes. I don't know if they like each other too much.
Love
but
dogs and you love
yeah,
snakes.
I
My
love
favorite
snakes.
pets.
We're not allowed to pet snakes, so I kind of, otherwise I would have definitely had a pet as a snake. I love snakes. I find them really pretty, and if you just for 1 second, if you just forget that a snake has poison and it can bite you, I think it is the most special creature on this planet. There's nothing like it. It has no limbs to it, but still it moves so fast, huh?
And gracefully.
Gracefully. How it moves. It's always dancing.
Always.
It's an artist, huh? And so बचपन में हम लोग के यहाँ पर सांप वाले होते थे. वो आते थे. My father used to call them so that we can spend time with the wildlife. We are tribal, so we have been very close to the wildlife all our lives. So getting to be with us, so there's a python in my neck here in this picture, and it's a live python. So if I would for 1 second, if I would not hold it like that, its natural nature, it'll start gripping me and start tightening its grip slowly.
Right.
Yeah, that's the natural instinct. So there's a way to hold it, and honestly, these were the best days of our childhood when we got to play with the snakes.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. A kid holding a python around his neck with a smile that big.
Where did you find all this, man?
As I said, mere khufiya sources, mere jasoos. We have them all over. But seriously, I have not seen a kid more excited to hold a snake around his neck. It's only and only you, Jubin, and we're getting to know new things through this interview.
Please don't judge me.
Definitely not. Definitely not. All right. Let's take a look at the next image. Can you please explain what's going on in this picture?
I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm on to. I don't know what I'm on right now.
Where are you here? I mean, this is definitely on some stage? You're performing somewhere?
No, this is my house.
This is your house?
This is my house where
Okay.
I am. There's this little lobby kind of a setup in my house. And
Okay.
this is from one of the nights when we had a family get together. So it was simpler life, simpler days, family times, all the cousins, everybody gets together. फिर शाम को जब इतने सारे बच्चे एक जगह होंगे तो performances तो होंगी. So this was probably me performing, making bottle my mic and...
Oh, that's a bottle.
That's a water bottle.
Oh.
And I'm sweating and I'm singing.
I think every Indian kid has experienced this at some point where, घर पे party चल रही है and your mom and dad are like, beta gao, beta dance karo. In your case, it was beta gao. In my case, it was beta dance karo. So I guess this is a story of every Indian kid's life.
Exactly that, yes. This is exactly
It is that.
You got it right.
Okay, let's take a look at the next image.
Yeah, this was the finale of the evening.
Okay, that same evening.
Yeah, the same evening. So when all the performances get done, then I used to come with my guitar and I used to sit and I used to jam with my family for good 30-35 minutes. Yeah, that was my show time.
Wonderful.
Because there's dinner after that.
It was an actual show.
And food, how we
After
feel
the performance, the food's going to be served. I like that.
Yeah, so my mom would not let us have food. She's like, you have to sing first. So I would be like quickly singing so that I could go and get
नहीं तो खाना नहीं मिलेगा घर पे. Lovely, lovely. Yeah. Let's take a look at the next image.
Oh yeah, this is one of the most special moments of my life. This is in IIT Roorkee.
Okay.
And this was a concert. I was not prepared for this concert in many ways. I was tired, sleep deprived, sick, I had fever. And I told that I will not be able to do this. So my manager and my elder brother, he comes to me and he tells me that there are 40,000 kids outside. There's no way you can't do this. We have to go and do this now, otherwise they will not let us leave now. And I said, okay, and I went on the stage. I did 1 song, 2 songs, and then it was almost like a blackout for me. But after that 5-6 minute blackout, I captured a song on stage, which was like a 1-take performance.
Wow.
Of me kind of just getting lost into one of the songs that I recently sang for Kabir Singh, and this is still from that. I don't remember this moment at all. I just see it myself as anybody else sees it. I don't believe that it's me.
Amazing. You can feel the soul in this picture. The smile is, of course, there. The classic Jubin Nautiyal smile. is there, and we're just so happy every time we see it. With that, we're done with the Then and Now segment. Very well done.
Thank you.
We've gotten to know a lot about you, and we also got to see a side of you that we, I think, haven't really seen before.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much for being such a wonderful guest. This episode has truly been so much fun. Thanks to you for bringing in your energy to this show. Superfans, the contest results are going to be announced real soon, so stay tuned to the HSBC India Instagram page. Jubin, would you please be kind enough to sign these wonderful mementos for our Superfan contest winners? Here we go.
Oh my God, that's
And the last one.
a bit hard. I made that.
There you go. Thank you so much, Jubin. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Jubin Nautiyal one last time on HSBC Starstruck. Folks, that brings us to the close of today's episode. Thank you all so much for joining in. Block your calendars. The next episode will hit your screens on the 24th of September at 6 p.m. with another exciting conversation. Follow HSBC India on Facebook and Instagram so that you don't miss out on any updates on our upcoming shows. I'm your host, Gaelyn Mendonca, and I will see you soon. Until then, take care and stay safe. This is Jubin and me saying goodbye. Bye-bye.
Nicely done.
Well done.